Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, today's video is a little bit on the random side. I almost never do videos dedicated just to lip products, but when I saw these released on the Ulta website, I was intrigued for so many reasons. We are going to do swatches, we are going to do a wear test, we're going to see if they are patchy, because guys, today is not just any lip product. Oh no, it is from Wet n Wild, and it is their Snowmelt lip powder. Yeah, you heard that right. Powder. And I know that lip powders are not something that's a new concept. I do believe other brands have come out with them, but Wet n Wild's, first of all, are $6.99, so they're a really good affordable price point. That's number one. Number two, they come in 7 colors, and the colors themselves really intrigued me. They had everything from nice neutrals to like really fun pops of color, and I thought, let's see if those colors look nice on the lips. Do they actually show up? Are they rich in opacity? Do they get like patchy when you move them around? And I know I've already mentioned this, but like, let me just reiterate one more time. These are a powder. And I don't understand, like maybe it's just me because I'm like such a conventional human being, but I love a good bullet lipstick. I love a liner and a gloss moment. Like I love traditional lip products. So when I look at these, not only do I want to know if they're good and the quality is good and if they last and if they're patchy and all of that, but I also really want to feel for significance. Like what makes these better than traditional lip products, if anything? Why are they advantageous? What about them really screams new, innovative, awesome product? So today's video isn't just about makeup review. It's also about exploration and why are things significant and like what are we doing? Are we coming up with products in the beauty world just to come up with them, or are we coming up with things that are actually useful for a purpose? Again, not putting all of this on Wet n Wild. They are not the first people to come out with this type of product, but I'm just really intrigued, and the price point at $6.99, I'm like, girl, I'm gonna buy all 7 colors and test them out. So let's go ahead and dive into the Ulta website, which again is where I picked them up. Again, $6.99, 7 colors. It says melt your heart with Snowmelt lip powder, Wet n Wild's newest lip formula that transforms from a snow-like powder to a cream texture upon application. The Snowmelt lip powder will leave a fresh, lasting tint available in 7 wearable shades. So this just made a couple of claims. Just to recap here, it is supposed to turn to a cream texture upon application. It leaves a fresh, lasting tint, and it's claiming that all 7 of these shades are wearable and flattering for all skin types. Okay. Now further down, it says that this is a matte finish. It is buildable and comfortable that won't settle into fine lines. Okay, all right. I'm so intrigued now. Okay, so I just want you guys to know I'm going into this with a very open mind, but I'm really trying to wrap my mind around this whole like has a cream texture, but then it has a matte finish, but it's great for all skin types. Like, what if you got dry lips? Like, I don't know, because they're claiming it's not going to settle into your fine lines, but then I'm like, how is it not going to settle in if it's matte, but if you have dry lips? Like, I just feel like there's so many ways that this could go very wrong, but I'm also so intrigued to make it go very right. So let's just go ahead and start diving into some colors. Now, I will make an effort to swatch these on the lips, but I will also be swatching them on my arm just so we can kind of have like a running tally of what they look like. So let's go ahead here. The first one I have is Pink Avalanche. Now, the packaging on this is really cute. It has the color of what I'm assuming the lipstick or the lip powder is on the inside right here on the cap, so these will be really easy to tell apart which shade is which that I really love. And then it has obviously the label right here, Wet n Wild, on the back side, and when you pull it out, oh good lord, it just rained pink ass powder all over me. So be careful. Don't open these over your clothes because like powder just went everywhere. Like I know y'all can't see it, but I have pink powder now all over my cell phone too. Oh, good Lord. Okay. So rule number 1, do not open this over your clothing. But rule number 2, y'all, it is an actual friggin' powder. Okay, guys, I'm making a mess for science, but it's a powder. Why am I so enamored by the fact that this is powder? Also, that is hot ass pink. Oh, this is the first one you pick up, Paige? Why? Like, what in the... Why? You couldn't have picked a nude? Huh. Now, in preparation for this video, when I did my foundation and all of that, I did go ahead and throw on a little Laneige lip sleeping mask just to get my lips a little less dry, just in case there was any crusty busty situations. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and give us some good clean canvas to work with. So everything is cleaned off. The lips are good and dry. There is nothing on them. We're going to go in with Pink Avalanche first because apparently we thought that was a good decision. So let's go ahead here and like, I'm like just real curious. I'm really nervous that when I touch it to my face, it's gonna like poof pink powder all over my chin. That's my biggest like worry right now. Okay, I don't know about this one, guys. It's not very opaque. Like, it looks hot pink here, but when you put it on, that doesn't look hot pink, does it? It looks very, like, you can completely see through it to my lips. Okay, so I was able to build it up. It took like 4 to 5-ish dunks to go through and get it built up to this color. And here's my thing. I'm not mad at it once you build it up. The pro as of right now that I'm really liking is how lightweight it feels on the lips. It feels very seamless. I'm looking at it up close and it actually isn't settling in, which is really nice. Yeah, so this right here is my issue. Going through and swatching it right here versus on the lips, the color is completely different. So I have a couple issues with that. Number one, no matter who purchases these, we all have different color lips, like just naturally our lip color is different. So that tells me that this color is going to pull different on every single person based on your natural lip color. So you really don't have any way of knowing what color you're purchasing or what it's going to look like on your lips. And that for me is probably the first issue I take. The second issue is that no matter how much I built it up, I couldn't get this color. So if I really did want this representation on my lips, you really don't have a way to get that because no matter what, it does pull with that base pigment coming from underneath. Now with that being said though, I'm not mad at this color. I do think it looks nice on me. I enjoy it, but just something to kind of keep in mind going forward. I do think that there could be a little bit of an issue there with getting the color to transfer what it is in tube or in cap to your lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next color, but one last time, this is Pink Avalanche, and I really do like the color on my lips. Like I would actually wear it, and maybe that's a positive to this whole it doesn't look the same thing in swatch as it does on your lips, because when I swatched it, this right here would be a little intimidating for me, but on the lips it looks nice. And maybe that's where they were going with it too. Maybe they overshot the runway with the color, knowing that when you put it on it would change the color a little bit. I'm not sure. All I know is that this right here would be a lot for me, but this is much more wearable. So personal preference obviously, but just something to know on both sides, good and bad. But yeah, this is the part I remember about lip swatches. Taking them all up. Oh my, mayday, mayday. Guys, we have a situation. Like we have a situation and it's called my lips are stained. Hold on, I'm gonna get a new makeup wipe. Even though that one's still wet and working, we're gonna try another one. Girl, I'm one swipe in. You can't do this to me. Hello, where's my makeup wipes? Guys, we have a situation and it is not just that my lips are stained. I don't know if y'all can see it, but look at that right there. That is a green stain. And what's really weird is that right in there is like what would be the drier area of my lips. It wasn't dry when I put these on because obviously I had just went in with my lip sleeping mask. But if there was an even slightly dry area of my lips, it would be right there. Like you can see that, right? It's green. Oh my God, like I never expected that. Just wanted to point it out. Let's move on. What from there? I'm thinking let's go neutral. Let's go with Dude Chill. I want to swatch it first. Oh, just got it all over my shirt. Cool. Okay, that's like a beautiful brown nude. This is my jam. Okay, let's get into this one. Okay, so here it is all applied, and it's definitely a little different than the swatch. Now, here's what I can tell you just from trying the first two. These, because they are so thin in texture, like when you apply them, they are literally a microscopically thin layer that they're applying as far as color goes. These are going to be heavily dictated based on whatever color you have on your lips, whether that's a stain, your lip color, whatever the case is. It will most definitely be influencing the color of these and how they sit. And I built this up with about 4 coats, and it does have a beautiful color to it, but I just really want to reiterate that the colors you're seeing on me as a lip swatch are not necessarily going to be indicative of what you get when you purchase these yourselves. But that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to give the disclaimer. That was the shade Dude Chill, and let's go ahead and power through some more colors. I just realized by the time this is done, I don't know what color my lips are going to be. Oh, look at that. I just dumped a bunch of this powder on my shirt. Isn't that nice? Oh, and then it smears it into your shirt. Wonderful. It doesn't wipe away, and then it stains your hand. This is going so well for me. Here it is swatched. It's more of like an orange undertoned red. So girl, she's probably gonna stain my lips, but that's fine. All right, so I'm not gonna stay here long. This is Snow Falling in Love, and it is the closest out of the 3 I've tried to swatch, which is nice. So little comparison for you there. Let's go on to the next shade. Now, before my lips get completely raw, which is rapidly happening, I do want to test out this one. This is, oh hell no, and it looks orange, and I'm really intrigued by this one. Oh y'all, that is gonna look like a creamsicle all up on these lips. Okay, let's try this. Let's do it. All right, so this shade sucks. It is not buildable. It's settling into every fine line. It is super patchy. The more that I swipe it on, it just smears around. This shade is not cute. All right, guys, so I moved you in really close on this one because this shade, out of all the shades so far, is atrocious. It will not build. It is super patchy. It's streaky and it looks chunky. Like, especially through this middle lip region, I really tried to build it up and work with it, and it is just not having it. No, thank you. Don't like this color. All right, guys, so I did go ahead and throw on, I'm taking a little break from my lips. I put on a little bit of my Laneige mask here just to let it soak in and give them a minute because I feel like they're getting dry. And what I want to do is go through and arm swatch the other 3 colors because I was going to keep going through and doing lip swatches, but what's happening is my lips are getting so dry, and the drier they get, more and more of this powder is like sucking down into my lips. So I don't think it'll be fair to the last few colors if I keep doing those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arm swatch these. So let's do a Snowball Fight first. This is really interesting. It's like a light tangerine brown color. So here's the shade Snowball Fight, and I actually think that color is incredibly unflattering. It's very like tangerine light brown color. I don't know. I don't really like that one. Now this is the shade Blizzard Berry, and that is 100% a color I would wear. I love, 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 love that. All right, and then this is the last shade. This is Snowed In, and again, just a nice neutral brown color. Now I was trying to think of what color I wanted to wear test today, and at first I wanted to do that hot pink up there because I love it. I liked how it looked on the lips. I thought it was really nice, but then I got to thinking about it, and I think I want to go actually with that deep tone brown, which was the last one I swatched right there. A, because I want to see how well it'll go over the pink, and I want to see if that pink will come through. B, I want to make sure that I lip swatched at least 5 out of the 7, which will be, I hope, a little bit more helpful for you. That way I only skipped out on these 2 right here. And 3, I just really think that this brown with the rest of my look, like brown hair, gold hoops, and then a camo print, like I feel like the 3 together is just gonna look gorgeous. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the Laneige lip mask. It gave me a little nourishment when I needed it. So let's go ahead and remove it. Now I am going to line my lips today with the Little One ColourPop lip liner, and I'm doing that mainly because I have this big old pink ring around my mouth from swatching all of these. So just to help get rid of that and make sure that we keep everything a little bit more matchy, I'm going to go ahead and line with this. Oh my god, you guys, you'll never understand how good it feels when I line my lips and I can fix this crooked side. And if you didn't notice before now, you definitely noticed in today's video, I have extremely crooked lips, especially right here. This lower lip right in this area goes up really far, so my lips look like a Nike swoosh mark. It drives me nuts. So anytime I do a swatch video like this where it's like focused on the lips, I always love to go in and correct that just so it doesn't look quite so crooked. And because I was swatching these and removing them, I didn't take the time to go in and obviously fix every single one, but it feels so good right now to look in the monitor and be like, wow, at least it's a lot closer to being even. Makes me just feel so much more at ease. Whew. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Snowed In, which again is the last one that I swatched. And apply that. Okay, so that took quite a while to build up. It actually would not stick to the center area of my lip for a minute there. What really confused me was I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't stick, because when I first started swatching, I had already went in with some of this and wiped it off, so I know it's not a lip mask issue because the first 2 or 3 that I swatched worked just fine. So I'm like, okay, it's not that. My lips were completely dry, so I know it's not a moisture issue. And I honestly think what it is with these is that because that center area, that's where it was actually, what was it, 2 or 3 shades ago, it was turning my lips green right there. Anyways, you guys, all of this aside, I'm trying not to keep this video like droney on and on. I'm gonna go ahead, wear these all day long. I'll be stopping in. I want to talk to you about them. I'm gonna take this color with me throughout the day, put it on, apply it, all that good stuff, see how it wears and what my overall thoughts are by the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead, do my day, and I will be right back. Hey, beautiful people. So it has been 4 hours. I changed my shirt, and let's go ahead and do a check-in for these lips because, guys, I'm so impressed. Let's bring it in. Like, other than a little bit of wearage, you can see a little butthole lip forming right here, that line, okay? But other than that little bit of discoloration, that little bit of an issue, the rest of it, there's still color. I still have definition around the mouth. I still have a nice amount of color all through here. And here's the real kicker. I ate lunch. I drank a Diet Coke with light ice. I drank my water. Like, whoa. Then I had to brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in. And I've done all of that without touching up, no gloss, no hydration, no more of that lip stuff at all. and this is still what it looks like. So for me, that is very, very impressive as far as the wearability goes. Now, there are a couple of caveats to this that I would make. Number one, it is starting to feel very, very dry on my lips, which that's not uncommon because it is a matte type product. And even if it was like a matte liquid lipstick, I feel like it would do the same thing. Like by halfway through the day, I would definitely start to feel dry. So I'm not mad at that, but just something, you know, if that's something you're sensitive to, something I want to throw out there. But overall, I'm super duper impressed with the way that this is wearing. Like the color, the pigmentation, it's not even wearing patchy. It's just wearing from the inside out, which I think is pretty standard. But I did think we could come on camera here for a second, and I was going to apply a little bit more, see how it builds, see how like that retouching process goes. So let me go ahead. I actually have it. Girl, I got it in my pocket, honey. You know I brought it with me. So let me go ahead and set you guys down. Now it is still giving me a little bit of like a thicker consistency on this area where it was built up over top of what I put on this morning. Okay, so here it is, all nice and touched up. And guys, I'm really impressed with this. Even after building it up, it isn't quite sticking like in here in the back part of the lip, which I'm not surprised by that because that area is naturally more wet on your lip. So I'm not surprised that it's not sticking there as well. But everywhere else, it's layering up so nicely. It's staying nice and opaque through here. It is a little bit thicker. You can kind of see like right in here, it's a little thicker. You can see it's emphasizing the lines a little bit on my lips, but nothing that's annoying me even in the slightest. And I'm actually really shocked that I didn't wipe any of it off, and it feels really, really comfortable. Like I can barely feel this on my lips. And even sitting here, it's almost like by adding more, it gave me a little bit of like cream texture, like it hydrated it a little bit to give it a little bit of hydration before it goes very matte again, which I really, really, really like. And I just wanted to like show you, there's almost no transfer. You can see a tiny, tiny amount, but here in like an hour or two, that will be completely gone and the transfer stops. I was actually drinking earlier out of like a regular bottle, and there was zero transfer from my lips to the edge of the bottle. I couldn't freaking believe it. Like guys, as far as how this is wearing, personally, very, very impressed. Again, there's a couple little things here and there that I don't love, but overall, like it's wearing beautifully. Now, I will obviously be leaving this in for the rest of the day, so I just wanted to give you guys that little shout, just so we could kind of reapply and do all of that together. And I think at the end of the day, what I want to try kind of last thing is I want to try putting a little bit of gloss or something over it just to see how that feels or how it looks as well, to see if it gets like bally or chunky or anything like that. But for now, guys, this is where I'm at. I am loving it. Look at my swatches that are still on my freaking arm. Guys, I've washed my arms twice. Guys, those swatches are going to be there literally till I die. Oh my God. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to go do my day. I have a ton to get done. And I just keep sitting here and staring at how deflated my hair got. This is so sad. Guys, humidity is not your friend. I think that is all I have to say on that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my day, and I will check in with you guys here in a little bit. Okay, beautiful people, so it is officially the end of the day. I've been wearing this lip stuff on my face for about 8 hours, and I definitely have some final thoughts. Now, overall, I would actually say that this has worn pretty nicely. There are a couple of things that I don't like just on a personal level, and I think the main one would be how matte and dried down it feels. Now, I don't say this because like I expected it not to be matte. Like we knew it was matte going into it. That's not an issue with the product. That's more so an issue with me because when it comes to matte liquid lips, I don't wear them a lot. Anything that dries down and like cakes onto the lips like that, I just don't wear a ton, mainly because of my fibromyalgia. I'm very, very sensitive to that. But removing my issue and like my sensitivity with it, I'm very impressed. It did dry down, like I said, to a matte finish, but it's actually been a very comfortable matte finish for what I expected from this product. So take that for what it's worth. You know, I don't really love a matte finish on the lips. It's not something I reach for a lot, but I really do appreciate the comfort that this one brought, if that makes sense. I also really appreciate the long wearing of this product. Like you guys saw before I reapplied in the office, it had a very nice wear to it where it wears off the center area right here first, and I really do appreciate that, especially by the end of the day. If I hadn't reapplied, I would basically have like an ombre lip right now, which would be just lighter on the center where everything would have worn off, and then the outside, I have a feeling, would still be pretty nice and dark. Now, I don't have an issue with that personally. Truth be told, in the middle of the day when I reapplied this lip, I probably probably would have been more apt to go in with a gloss, which is why I wanted to stop at the end here and apply a little bit of a gloss or a balm or something glossy over top of it just to see what it would do to the texture of this lip product. So let me pick one out. I'm just gonna grab good old faithful here. This is my Kylie gloss in Oh You Fancy. I wear this a ton. I'm just gonna lightly pop some right in the center there. Because y'all, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this. I am like thoroughly enjoying this gloss right now, by the way. Halfway through the day, I don't care what I'm wearing. Matte liquid lip, this lipstick, bullet lipstick, I do not care. Halfway through the day, I am either putting on some Laneige, I'm putting on a gloss, I am putting on something that gives me gloss, that gives me comfort, that gives me that good glidey, cute sensation. That is what I reach for halfway through the day. Does not matter what I'm wearing. So for me, this right here is actually a very valid test. And these also did have a slight flavor and or taste. It wasn't anything for me that was overbearing, which is nice, but it was something that was kind of present throughout the day. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the worst taste in the world. It was just anytime a little bit of the powder or the product or whatever ended up like on the inner portion of the lip for whatever reason, I could taste it. And again, nothing bad. I've tasted worse, that's for sure. Now, another negative is that when you pull the thing out of the container, like the little applicator, it does bring powder with it, which gets on your clothing or it can get on your pants. So if you are using these, just be very mindful. So overall, if I had to say like what are these targeted for, I would say if you love a matte liquid lipstick, you don't like how it wears or it gets kind of like bally and chunky on you, I would actually say to give these a try. Again, I wouldn't pick up all 7 colors. I would maybe pick up 1 or 2 that you think you would wear and give those a go. Do I think there's something that you have to have? Honestly, no. I think that you could probably, you know, complete your daily makeup without them just fine. But if you're into kind of newer, weird, like what is this in makeup type things, I do think they're a very interesting concept to take a look at if that's something you're into. You like matte liquid lips and you want to see where they can go. I'm all for it. I think it's cool to try out new things and kind of get a feel for what else is out there. And maybe if there's a matte liquid lip that you can stand, if you're sensitive like me or so on and so forth. Like I do think that there is a way to try out new products and kind of get acquainted with them. And I think for the price point, this is a fun way to do that. I really enjoyed making this video. I know it was super random. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are you curious? I would love to hear from you. And while you're down there in the comments, don't forget, you guys know the drill. You can check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked down below. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications for this here YouTube channel, because I do upload 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They go up bright and early, honey. Bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. But you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You mean to tell me now the air shuts off? Really? Really? Bueller? Bueller? Hello? Let me tell you something. Okay, I'm sorry. Who are you? What are you doing? What is this? What are you doing? There's a lawnmower outside, and it is so loud. My eyes are leaking, and I can't care, because everything's driving me nuts.